So sorry for that. We can continue now. So we were still at the point where we have the name, the field name, and the field description, which is a text area that we can move as we wish. Interesting. So now we want maybe also to put text area, or not text area, but an input text for the picture. So we can do it like this. We take it right here, picture, Okay, input name is not input name anymore. This is input picture. By the way, here is not input names, description. But I think this anyway we don't need. Okay, maybe we can here. ID is that. And place order picture URL. So let's check it out. Okay, we have it. And for the user, this will be another story, but I will not cover it today. Not right now, at least. By the way, I did something also quite interesting to get, like as you can see here, we have in the user involved, we have an array, but the array is already like the whole object of the user. And how I did that is it comes from the API, where you have like you populate the thing. For example, if you check here in the project model, I imported my user schema, and I use it in the user involved. So user involved, you can see this is an array here, is the square brackets, and this is an array of object type string with the ref user. So this will tell Mongoose that in this is an array of object, like we will just put string there, and the string has to be the ID of the users you have in your database, and this will allow you to populate the user involved. To get it more in details, here in the get project, I have this project find by ID, and you can see at the end I just need to add this dot populate with user involved, and this will tell Mongoose to go take the reference user in the user involved. And that's why here at the end I have my user like the object entirely. This is quite interesting. But the only problem I have is that I am only interested in his email, and in this object you don't see it, but I also added in the user model here, I also added a username. So there is a way, I think, to here like to just have the name and the username, the email and username, and I think it is like this: email and username. Let's check it. And yes, it is. So here you can see that now I have the ID, which is like something mandatory, and the email. The username, as I just told you, I don't have it on this user. So here I still have username and the email. Let's see. Okay, so we have it. Oops, fail. Now we have the name, the description, the picture, and for the user we'll see later. So now we have it, and this is great, but it would be even better if we could save it. So let's add a button at the end. Button primary, and now we write save, and on click we'll have save, or yeah, save project. Okay, so here in the component, let's go back there and we create this method. Okay, so yeah, now we have to check if our project has an ID or not. So we do if this project ID. So if it has an ID, we will need to make an update. But if it doesn't, then we need to create the project. So it means that I want to use the same view, the same project details component to update and to create a new project. So okay, let's create this update first, and then we'll see later how to do the other things. So this project service up, and now we need to update. So update project, and we need here to pass the project. This project, sorry. And when we have this, we can subscribe to the response and just console.log as a response. Okay, so I will quickly show you the project service, the project method. So in my services, I have this project.service, and I have this update project where I need to pass the project entirely. And as you can see here, I need to put, and this is why actually I need to check before if I have an ID or not, because in this put I need the project ID. If I don't have it, then I don't know which project exactly I will update. So this is the problem. So this is really easy function. HTTP put with the API project URL. So this is in the config. We have it here, project URL. This is just like API slash project slash, and then the ID of the project. Then I send the project as well, and that's it. And I return the response in a JSON object. And this is all we need. So now this should work already. Let's check it out. So if now refresh maybe first. Yes. So here project number 3 I will change with project number 1555, and I save. We can see that we have the console success true, message with the project ID has been updated. And if I go into project, I can see project 155. I click here, I go back to 3, save, it has been updated again, I go back, okay, so everything is working. I change the description, blah 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 blah, save, again, everything is working. So it's nice. Save again, I can now remove this, I don't need it anymore. Okay. So now by default edit will be to false. Okay. No, actually no, it will not. We will have to make something with the ng. Here, when we get the project, we have to check if this dot project dot id. So if it has, no, if it doesn't have, then the this dot edit equal to true. So meaning that we'll try to get the ID of the project, and we will try to get the project with this ID, which is passed in the parameters. But if we don't, it means that this project will stay like empty, and it will not have an ID. So it means that we want to add a new project. So that's why I put this edit equal true now. Tony Code say Angular2 looks more complex than 1. I cannot really answer this question because I tried Angular 1 like long time ago and I was a real beginner. I'm still a beginner, but still. And Angular 1 I did not like it because it was for me really complicated. I feel more confident with Angular 2 because you are just focusing on one component at a time, and this is what I like with it. The point is that you make your component, you focus on it for like maybe 1 hour, you make it perfect or more or less perfect, and then it's working. Tony Code is asking which API are you using. So API custom made, you can see the code here with the NodeJS and Mongoose and MongoDB as a database. So yeah, I more or less made all of this. I used a lot of help from internet, of course, especially for the checkout, which used GWT API, no, the library. I can show you quickly. Out here, yeah. I have this verified password also. If it match or does not, then I have this token, which is GWT with the secret, so it's kind of nice, more or less working, so I'm quite happy with it. This is the first time I use this GWT and it's working quite well. I only had a problem with this expires in that was too like small. At first I had only 1440 and I think it was only like 24 minutes when I thought it was 24 hours. So I just now multiply by 1000 and I don't even know how much it is. But now my token is valid for longer. So yeah, this is what I have as an API custom made. Okay, so back to our sheep. What were we doing? Yeah, so we have this update now, but we want to create a new project. So let's go back in the project component, because now the point is that we want to, when we click add project, if you remember, we want to send the user to the project details with the edit at true. So let's do that. I will help quickly this. Yeah, I need the router, this is what I was thinking. Just this would navigate. Okay. So from the project component, first we will import the router, then we can write here private footer. Okay, and now we just use this navigate, this root navigate. Okay, navigate slash project. I think with slash, no, not with the slash, and the ID. But the ID here will be just like, let's say, new, because we don't need it. Like the thing we will create is a new project actually, so it's normal. And the ID new does not exist and will never exist in MongoDB database. And the point is that we want the system to not find it, and when he will not find it, as we just created it, we will have this edit to true, and this is what we want. So let's try now. I doubt that it works. Okay, so I click this add project and I have this error now. So error property length of undefined blah blah blah. So okay. Okay, the problem is that the project user involved does not exist here, and this is what makes it wrong, I guess. I really need to create this also. Let's try if we can just fix it quickly with this, like that. Okay, so we had a problem in the backend. Just need to manage again the server. Logout, login, project, add project. So now I still have the cast error, but at least I don't have anymore my problem of length not defined. I place my API not working anymore. So what is project? So here. Interesting. Let me try something else now. Oh, here it's still working. Okay, so let's check it out then. I use the same method for the settings, so I can check quickly what was wrong. Yeah, okay, I have if the item become equal new. Okay, then I was not using the service. Okay, let's do it the same way. So here, this I can delete, and here I have if id equal to new, then I have a project equal this project equal this, and then return false. Okay, so now let's try again. Project add. Okay, everything doesn't work anymore. Okay, it's still the same problem. So, okay, let's go back to project, add project. Okay, so now it's more or less working. The only things we miss now is to put this .edit to true, and once we have this, then it's fine. So if I go back there, add project, and I have it already. Now I would like to remove this toggle edit because it's pointless if my ID is new. I mean, if my ID is new, it's pointless. So project detail, press button, and if ID is not equal to new. What's wrong with that? Yeah, of course, project. No, other than that. Yeah. Okay. String should now be better. Here is 10 ID. Okay, we have it. So we have now name, picture, and description. So now we want in our component, when we click on save, and when it doesn't have this project ID, here we need to then create a new project. So we will use this project service, and then the post project. We'll post this project, and then we can subscribe to the response. Okay. So let's create a new project. Project number 4. Description. This is the description of the project number 4. And picture, let's go take a new picture from here. We want this one, whatever. Okay, save. So we have this success through message, new project has been added. And now if you go back there, we can see that we have our project. It's an image and everything. So it is working and we are happy with that, more or less. I'd like to add quickly when we save, for example, from here, if we update, we go back to we just toggle the edit, we go back here. But if we save, I want it to go back in the list. So let's do this quickly. Here when we subscribe, I can write this. I can just this toggle edit. Okay, so this is working already when we update, but here it needs to navigate again. So we'll just use go back, location back. I think it's better. At the end, this location back. Do I need location from somewhere? Yes, I need it. Ah, but I already had it, so it's fine. And we can also, I know, okay, it's fine enough like this. So let's try it again. If I go on this project, okay, I can toggle edit. I'm fine with that. And if I add a new project, I name it project number 5, blah blah blah. And here a new picture again. This one. Oops. And this one. Okay. With that, if I save now, I am right here back, and it's perfect. So we saw how to create a new project, how to update a new project. We saw also how to get the project, so it's cool. Now let's check quickly how to delete it, and then I think we will finish on this. So let's create a method delete project, and this will be easy because this is just this project, no, project service, and then delete the project, and then we just need to pass the ID. So this project dot ID, and again I can subscribe to the response. Console.log response to see what it says. And here so we will navigate to where we were before. But this time I want to go like strictly to the projects. This. I had it already. So projects, and that's it. So now we need to add a button in the project detail, and the edit, for example, we can put it here like this with danger. We can also pull right, and here it will be delete. So now if I go, for example, in project number 1, which I don't like, toggle edit, here I can just delete, and tada! It's working. This one I don't like, toggle edit, delete. Perfect. So we more or less have it. Oh, it still need a little bit of like a finishing, let's say, but it's quite fine for now, let's say. I will try by myself, not on live, because I think I will have a lot of trouble to make update of to make an upload, sorry, of images. I already found a tutorial on internet that you can check for yourself, and of course it's not this one. Let me check 1 second. Okay, so this is this link. So on this tutorial, probably I will try to follow it and to check if it's working. So on the polyglotdeveloper.com you can check, there is this tutorial on how to make file upload, and I will try it by myself and show you if I manage to make it work online later. It seems pretty easy, but I never know. I don't want to make the life so boring, so that's why. Okay, so I think that's it for today, and enjoy your evening or your morning or whatever, and see you another time.